Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 7. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here and welcome back to the channel where once again it is time to have a look back on the last 7 days of what has happened within the Forex market and all the platforms that we have set up, all the EAs, more than 90 EAs that we have here now. Last week we were able actually to show you a few record-breaking numbers in here for some of the EAs. The week was very, very good, high volatility, but at the end of the day also very good cash-in overall. Now this was last week. Forex market, as you know, is very volatile. Things are changing very, very quickly. That's also why this week we have seen a significant drop in profits. Now this is not losses, this is just drops in profit from last week. Here again, we're going to see exactly how bad that is, compare that for the individual EAs, and then also compare that to prior weeks. So that's what we're all here for. Try and show you exactly what works, what doesn't work, and what has worked, obviously, for more than 600 days on some of our EAs in here. We are also going to show you again some of the ones that actually dodged the bullet of going down in profit but came up. We have new EAs that we have introduced here in the last couple of months. We're going to have a look at all of it, including Lucky Trader, the Hedged EA, and obviously our old friend here also, the Trade Explorer, that many of you seems to like. So it is cashing in as usual. So exactly how much? Well, you're going to have to watch this video here to the end. And we're also going to have a look at the coupling service. That one is taking off from Alex and Expert Forex with new incentives, everything else. We're going to go in a bit more detail later on in the program. But first, let's get into it. Now, you might have expected that things were moving forward with Yieldnodes, but that is not the case. Everything is still extremely quiet. We just see a post from time to time, mostly from Steve saying, have a bit more patience. We are working on it. And obviously still there's no concrete details. There's no timelines in here when it comes to Yieldnodes or Decenomy Coins at all. So all we can do at the moment to see if things are still alive and people are working on it is go in on the Yieldnodes website itself, log in there, go to the audit coin reserves, and then have a closer look as we do here every single week. And this was week 6, so last week. Then have a look and see how many masternodes are running, if things are being updated. And if we take the 777 in here, you can see masternodes running last week, 3,547. Now it's 3,575, so clearly something is happening. Same on the other coins in here. If we go to the PNY, 259, 264. So again, 5 new masternodes are running. And also on the SAP coin here, 3,855 up to 3,875, so 20 more. And obviously that is very nice to know that things are moving. But again, we are just interested in the value of the coins in here, which we follow every single week. And there's not much movement in here. This is similar also for the PNY. They are at rock bottom here and it hasn't really moved anywhere. You can see there is a bit of buying and selling, not too much, and it obviously doesn't create enough value over time in here to raise the price. So again, very disappointing, of course, but we'll have to see if Yieldnodes or Decenomy ever is going to get this back on the road. So we also have our staking in here with the SAP. We continue to do that. And just showing you, there's quite a few entries again here for this particular week, starting off on the 10th, which was last Monday in here. We have 146.65 SAP, then it goes to 140.70, again 146, and then 140, and it looks like now 140 is the way to go forward, at least for now. And the last ones we actually received in here is just from the 15th, so this was Sunday. And again, now it looks like the new setting is 140.70 SAP in here. Overall for the week, again, very high, 3,406 SAPs and about 8.6%. So very good so far a week. And obviously, as you can see here also for the month itself, 4,440 are we up already at here now. So definitely moving very, very fast at the moment. But again, the value is the one that's going to be the important part. And the same also go for the PNY. We don't have as many entries. Again, this was Monday, 133. Got quite a few entries again here, pretty much almost on a daily basis. And 1,197 PNY comes to about 3.3% for the week. And overall, we can now also see for the month of February, we are around 3,325 and basically rushing towards the same goal as we had in January. So definitely the staking is working at the moment. Unfortunately, staking can't just push up the price. Push up the price is not really what's happening with Bitcoin here either at the moment. That is actually wobbling right below the $1,000 mark or $100,000. In here, this is where we left it last week at the red circle. So we were somewhere between 97,000 and 98, and it's been pretty much bobbing sideways all the way through the week. The lowest part it came to almost at 94,000, and the highest one was about 99. In here at the moment, it's trading straight at 96,000. So pretty much a calm week for the Bitcoin in here with not too much volatility overall. Now we discussed the Trade Explorer in the beginning of the video in here, and that one has certainly done quite well for week 7. $642 or 6.8% is what it actually made. So it looks very, very good. And if we go and have a closer look at the portfolio of all these currency pairs that are being traded, as you can see here, 10 pair ones. So you have a good mix of both Aussie, USD, Euro, Great British Pounds, Japanese, and everything looks pretty okay with a history of 641 days. We have about 12 trades on average for this particular one with a high trade win of 75%. So that is pretty okay. Floating profit and loss at the moment is minus 166. So that is still well within what we would like to see. And obviously, if we go and have a closer look and see what the profit is compared to before, you can see this week is actually up compared to prior weeks. 682 compared to 468, 243, 84. So this has actually been a very good week for the Trade Explorer. So this is the one that stands out for the week itself. Sometimes it does go its own ways in here, but definitely it's another good week, cashing in quite well. The Wave Liberator for week 7, that one is definitely down. The highest of the top 5 we have in here is the Euro Swiss francs with $50 or 5%, followed by another European CAT with 39 or 3.9%, New Zealand Swiss francs $34, 3.4%, Aussie CAT $32, 3.2%, and then Swiss francs Japanese $28, 2.8%. So overall for these top 5 in here, $182 or 3.6%, but again 3.6%. You can't really be too upset with that at the end of the day. So it is cashing in every single week. So that's the good part. If we have a closer look at the entire portfolio, again, we have 22 accounts for that particular one in here on $10,000 accounts. Cashing in balance is now 260. We have floating profit and loss. So this was up about 20,000. Now it's down to minus 11,700, so definitely going in the right direction. It's only a few of, especially the USD currency pairs that took a big hit. And history overall, 545 days, 14 trades. Trade wins are still good with 67%. That is definitely what we want to have. Monthly return still holding at 1.2 or 12% if you trade this on $1,000 accounts. And you can obviously find a lot more details and all the copy link service in here on our website. They are all set up for the $1,000 account, so you don't have to recalculate anything. But of course, if you want to have more profits, you can definitely go on the system itself where Expert Forex and Alex does the coupling service in here. You can set the profit factor to 2 instead of 1. Then obviously you will have twice as much profit as we would have. And then you can double that one up if you want, or you can actually dial it down if you think that the drawdowns are too heavy. Overall, the portfolio just made $301 compared to last week, 706. So a big profit drop, but it's not so bad when you compare it with prior weeks within January in here, 341, 352, 372. So it is a drop and definitely not a very good one. We have to go all the way back to end of December to see something actually lower. So hopefully we will cash in soon again, hopefully by next week. In the meantime, let's go and have a look at the RSI Liberator for week 7. Also here, low numbers, Great British Pounds, Japanese, only $37, 3.7%, with the Aussie CAD at $34, 3.4%, and then Great British Pounds, Swiss francs, $26, 2.6%, and then Euro Swiss francs, $24, 2.4%, and then US Swiss francs, $21, 2.1%. Top 5 in here made $142, or 2.8%. Again, if you take this on a monthly part and 2.8, so you're at 10%, and you can definitely not be upset with that. Again, also here, the portfolio, floating profit and loss, also coming down from, I believe this was also around 18,000-20,000, and now at minus 14,400. So we still have a bit of way to go for this one also. Same in here. US dollars is the corporate, so that actually started a heavy trend back in September, October, and then basically went on and on for long periods of time. There is now looking like there are some retracements in the past couple of weeks, so let's hope that's going to continue. The history we have here is now only a few months away from 1 year, 314 days. We have 19 trades. And in here, monthly returns is slightly lower than you saw on the Wave Liberator. So this is 1 or 10% on $1,000 accounts. So still very good overall. And also in here, we already have some of these on the copy link service. Once all the volatility, as we saw from last week, is settling down, cashing in, then definitely we'll add some more also for the copy link service. So you can join that, but you can already now go on our website and click the individual links in here to see maybe you have the EA already, maybe you just need some information on which ones are the best ones, and then you can go and click those, see what we are getting out of it, and see if you can do any better yourself. Overall, the portfolio here only made 257, so again, very, very low compared to last week's 547, and even when you look in the past couple of weeks, 297, 270, 332. So also here we have to go all the way back to December 2024 to find a lower profit week in here. So obviously a bit annoying, but again, we know that these EAs are coming and going, and you can find a lot more details. One of the best places normally to go is on our website, Portfolio of Opportunities. You simply click there and you get a full list of all the EAs that we try to cover, that we are trading, and then you can go and have a look and see how well we are doing, which ones you believe could be interesting. This new EA here, the Hedged EA, well, it's not brand new, but it was launched in 2024, seems to be doing quite well. So let's go and have a look. The numbers here, as you can see, slightly higher. Euro USD, $54, 5.4%. We have Great British Pounds, Swiss francs, $46, 4.6%. With Euro Swiss francs, $45, 4.5%. US Swiss francs, also $45, 4.5%. And then Great British Pounds, AUD, $29 or 2.9%. Overall for the top 5, $219, 4.4%. So that is definitely also a very good EA. You can see it continues to cash in. Doesn't matter which direction it actually goes. And if we have a closer look, it has a history now of 28 days in here. We have 16 accounts on this for $10,000. And again, you'll notice here the floating profit and loss is actually quite low, 1,748 compared to the closed profit. So there is a bit of a profit, even it's only within 28 days in here. So normally you have a bit of a dragging drawdown, always following these particular EAs, but the Hedged EA is doing quite well. Monthly returns 1.4% or 14 if you trade this on, again, $1,000 accounts. Weekly returns is about 0.3%. And the impressive part also is the trade wins, where we have about 70% of it. Very, very high. And also quite a few trades, 18 per day. So definitely it is on the move. Now you can find this on our website also, even though none of these are on the copy link service. They're still too young for that. We'll still maybe wait a couple of weeks here until we send some of the best ones here to Alex to get on the coupling service. But for now, you can simply go in and click. It doesn't cost you anything. Have a look, see which ones you actually think you might want to either copy in the future, or it has given you a bit of an incentive to dust off the EA you might not have been able to get to work, and then try these individual currency pairs that we seem to be doing well with. Now, obviously, we are still very new with a history of 28 days for this particular EA. But as you can see, also here we have a profit drop for the week, 391 compared to 880. So that was definitely the high jump for this EA last week. It definitely likes the volatility like many of the other EAs that we have in here. And then when the market goes slow, then definitely the profit also drops. And it's not the lowest we've seen, but definitely it's half of what we saw, or even less than half what we saw last week. The same also goes here for the lucky trader, even though the Great British Pounds USD had checked in $88 or 8.8%, so quite high for that particular week. We have the Euro Swiss francs at $48 or 4.8%, with US CAD following after $33, 3.3%, and then New Zealand Swiss francs $19, 1.9%. And Great British Pounds CAD, $16, 1.6%. And overall for the lucky trader, for the top 5, $204, 4.1%. So it definitely up there together with the Hedged EA. We have a bit more trading information. So for the lucky trader, 106 days now of history in here. And again, you can see there's a pattern with the monthly returns here, 1.2%. So same as the Wave Liberator. So it was a bit higher in the beginning, but it seems to have slowed down. So we did launch it back then, right around the results for the presidential election in, I believe it was in October 2024. So that cashed in quite nicely. Since then it has dropped a bit, but still 3% on a weekly basis on $1,000 accounts, and with a trade win of almost 70% in here, brings it up together with the Hedged EA. Now, we have some of these ones already launched also on the coupling service. They're doing quite well. And again, you can trade all of these on $1,000 accounts in here. We will add a few more in here in the coming weeks also. So as soon as Alex is ready for them. In the meantime, let's go and have a look at the entire portfolio. Also here, as you'll notice, 305 for the entire portfolio for the week is definitely low compared to the nice little 888 that we had last week. And it pretty much comes down to the same level as the week before, 309. But then we can also see here, even beginning of January, the lucky trader was also trading quite low. So again, it is interested in the volatile markets. That's where it's cashing in, and not the trending ones. Luckily, the trending ones is the profit in here, so that looks good. But we also have to go over the bill trader for week 7. So also here, the profit has picked up. But again, compared to last week, it is a profit drop that we have, even with the Euro Swiss francs at $48 or 4.8%, which is obviously very, very nice. Same with the Euro USD, $45, 4.5%, and then Euro CAD, $40, 4%. Euro CAD did in here $38, 3.8%, and the Aussie USD, $37, 3.7%. with a $207 for the 5 EAs in here, or 4.1%. So definitely has been doing extremely well also this particular week in here. But again, let's have a look in a minute here just to see how well it's done. What I noticed is we have our 16 accounts, $10,000 each. Look at the floating profit or loss. It is actually quite low, only minus 732 with a close profit of 2,887. So again, in here, it has a very low drawdown at the end of the day. So it is a different way we are trading this one here because it's on multiple different levels. So very nice to see such a low drawdown, and it has been like that from the beginning. But also the monthly return is, however, somewhat lower in here. So we're only talking about 0.7 or 7% on $1,000 accounts. But this is a bit more on the low side also for the drawdowns, and at the same time it has a very nice trade win of 73.5%, so that is quite nice. But you can see the reason why it's so low on the profit, only 8 trades per day compared to 12 or 16 that we have on some of the other ones. We have a history now of 77 days, so that means obviously we have about 2.5 months of data here now. So it is time soon to also put this one out on the copy link service. Right now none of them are there, but you can find more details on our website. And again, go and click on the individual ones. They will take you to the FX Blue links in here. So you can go and have a look which ones are the best, because there's definitely some that doesn't work so well here still, and other ones that are cashing in every single week. So for the entire portfolio, also here we find a drop down from 648 last week to 355, but it does do a bit better here than the prior weeks, so that is good. So the bottom is not that low, but definitely this EA, we like it. Just the fact that we are cashing in quite considerably still, with 7% on average per month, but with a very, very low drawdown. So I talked many times about the link to success, and Alex does the same thing all the time. This is one of the best ways here, that if you don't want to trade the EAs yourself, you can go to Alex, Expert Forex, go link to success in here. He has new updates all the time, and one of the things that this particular video shows, we will make sure that the link is in the description below, is there is some free trials, there's example of portfolios, there are some special offers, and also now Alex is actually implementing $300 accounts. Now this will not be the EAs that you have seen in this particular video here today. This will be other EAs that we also have in our portfolio already, but we haven't really managed to get them to work over long periods of time. So this is something we're doing behind the scenes. So this could be the other indicators of RSI and ADX, EAs, things like this. And it will be good for the US traders, because there will only be one trade being put in at each time, and it will both have a profit and stop loss in here. So it will be a lot more simple and a lot more manageable. Also with the drawdowns at the end of the day, they will be extremely limited. But we also have to have a closer look at the copy link service in here. So on Expert Forex website, you can actually go in and download this particular Excel. What we do every single week is we basically sort out for the floating profit and loss. We take everything away that is above 300 in drawdown. Also here, total dollars, negative weeks in 8 weeks. We also make sure that only the ones less than $300 gets in. You can see they're quite low in here. And then also return on total drawdown. We also make sure that that is minimum 200. So, and then we take the gains in the last 8 weeks and we sort them high to low. And this is actually the list we get. So you can go and see Alex's top 12 in here. Our top 12 is the one that you see here. And this is based on the results. Now I have to tell you again that you can go and click on the individual links over here. It'll take you to FX Blue. And we hear a lot of times that these ones are not really the same, or should be exactly the same. But this is because many times you have a look at the account balance. And what is being tracked here with Expert Forex is actually the equity. So the equity from week to week here for the profits. And that is not what you can actually follow with the FX Blue, unless you actually have a look every single weekend. Then you will get those particular numbers in here. So just be aware of that. Again, have a closer look. See the individual ones. Have a look at the drawdown, because FX Blue is not the best ones here to manage drawdowns and basically record them correctly. So again, there is some discrepancies from time to time, and that is very unfortunate, but it has nothing to do with Expert Forex in this particular case here. It is just the way FX Blue is picking things up, or some cases don't pick it up. So these are the numbers, and the ones highlighted again is our results. You can see there's quite a few in the top 12 in here doing extremely well with very, very good gains. And at the same time, floating profit and loss is extremely small. Here you can see Again, the Trade Explorer minus 166, but this is also traded on a $10,000 account, not a 1,000. This is what it says 1K in here, means that you can actually run them. And the same also for these two up here. So some very, very good numbers, and number of negative weeks in the last 8. You can see here we have 1, 2, 2, 1. This one had nothing at all. So again, we like some of these numbers that we have in here. Very, very good EAs cashing in on a regular basis. And if we go to the full list when we have sorted this, so we get about 30 instead, and out of that you'll again see that we have quite a few links in here. Some of them on the low side with the profit, but gains in the last 8 weeks. The lowest one is 8% down here, and still I believe that that is quite nice. Obviously everybody wants more and more, but you can live with that as long as you have these very, very low drawdowns in here, and at the same time you have a very high return on total drawdowns of either 500-600%, or in some cases 700 like this one. You have 1700 on other ones for let's see, 1630, and here we have 2125. So some of them are extremely high. Very nice numbers overall, and some of them even have positive floating profit and loss. Definitely worth having a closer look at, I hope. So this is what we had for you in this week's news report. As you can see, things are not as bad as they could have been. Definitely we had a good volatile week the week before. This week here, definitely the profits are low, but compared to some of the prior weeks in here and months, we are not too far off. Yes, it has been a bit of a quiet week. What we take with us is definitely the drawdowns is down, especially on some of the US currency pairs. We hope they're going to cash in, so some of our new settings can actually get implemented, and we'll see exactly where we are with that. So everything looks pretty okay, but from time to time we have these volatile markets cashing in big time, then everything goes very quiet. But let's see what the next week is going to bring. Overall, we can still see we are moving in the right direction. We have most of the items under control. But as always, the Forex market at the end of the day decides how things are going to go. So I hope to see you next week. We're going to have a closer look at what happened next. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.